I'm Thelma Adams, sharing the thrillers, mysteries, and comedies premiering this month on MHZ Choice. We travel far afield, from Russian cults to Chilean coups, weaving in stories of mystery, bravery, and mysticism. Our first Russian series, Sekta, or The Sect, burrows deeply into the complications of multiple killer cults. The 8-part miniseries focuses on deprogrammers, whose fervor in abducting cult members, like the tattooed Nika, rolls over into the area of cultishness itself. The cult of personality is on display with multiple male Swami Svengali types, including the creepily charismatic Burke. Burke, played by Philip Yankowski, follows in the tradition of Russian TV faith healers, and in the story, his old colleagues from the church dish about who he really is.
Я человек церковный, так говорить не должен. Дьяволон.
International star Svetlana Kojenkova, who played Viper in The Wolverine, steps in as a nurse who helps the deprogrammers, but she's hiding a secret. She has a communal past that haunts her. Tick off the boxes: group grope, seduction, physical threats, and drinking the poison Kool-Aid. What I love about Sekta is how complicated it is in talking about issues of cults of personality, and why people may be moved to have that kind of spiritual connection with a group. And what it also does, it gives us a sense of Russia not as a single organic place, but in some ways like America, full of little communities that are driven by different orientations. The Art of Crime is a delightful audience favorite, now back for its 3rd season. At its center are a pair of opposites who, yes, attract. On one side is gruff, buff Captain Verlet, played by Nicholas Gobb, and his partner in solving crimes is the manic pixie dream art historian Florence, who's played by Eleanor Bernheim. Part of the mystery is the latest in art history. Florence sees dead people: Da Vinci, Courbet, Monet, and now, this season, Edgar Degas, who's played by Spiral's Bruno de Brandt. What's fascinating here is that while we know that Degas painted beautiful pastel pictures of ballerinas, he also captured at the fringes a darker element: wealthy men who preyed on impoverished dancers. And there's an added bonus: behind-the-scenes footage of the Louvre and the Paris Opera. In All Men and the Mystery of the Dahlias, we have Heino Verk, who plays the main sleuth, and his sidekick, also his butler, is played by Samuel Finzi. Set in Switzerland, All Men and the Mystery of the Dahlias is the 3rd movie-length episode in this jaunty crime series that plays like a corpse-strewn Bertie Wooster and Jeeves. All Men starts with a bang and never loses the beat. Caravan of Death, our first Chilean series, is an essential political thriller that reminds me of the 1969 classic Z. It's about the human rights lawyer Carmen Hertz and her 4-decade search to find justice for her husband, who was disappeared by the Pinochet regime in the 70s. Based on the Siegfried Lenz bestseller, Turncoat won the 2020 Seoul International Drama Awards for Best TV Movie. The intense German drama follows a Wehrmacht soldier with divided loyalties in the waning days of World War II. This month's Movie of the Week collection includes Raining Cats and Dogs, Surveillance, Welcome Kanyusha, Passage of Desire, and The Secret of Manta Corridor. The very best of old favorites and groundbreaking new series. That's this month at MHZ Choice.